Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Ixion. We are slowly and steadily exploring the solar system that we find ourselves in at the moment. Got another probe ready to go, so let's see. So we're in this ring here. Let's see something pop up over there. So let's shoot it in there and see what's going on, and then we'll continue searching for some other things. We should be collecting some cryopods, and we are busy researching the cryopod technology, I think. Have we done it? We have done it. The cryonic center technology has been done. So the next things that we can think about is polymers and factory, but I also think battery might be a good one for us to do. So let's go and grab a battery tech. We're still pretty good on the polymers, and I think batteries might be a pretty good move for us at the moment. So let's move in there and see what's going on. Got an incoming transmission.
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope. Dolos protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately. Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Where is that? Did we find it? Or, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's something. Asteroid belt over here, which is another piece that we need to do. We fed 1,000 crew members, which is awesome. Find a Dolos station with a probe. Okay, so that's what it is actually all about. So we'll go next and launch yet another probe. We'll go on this ring here. That's ice. What are we finding? What are we finding? That's iron. Really? Oh, so we just missed it. So there we go. Send out another one, and we'll see what we find over there. Now, if we go in here, we don't have anywhere to put any of these things still. So what we'll go about doing is put a little bit of the alloys in there, so the alloys can move a little bit. Also, we need the alloys to be moving from here as well. This was available in the sector. So it will be stocking what exactly? It's got some iron and some alloys and some waste ready to go. That's okay. Polymers are being used at a fairly reasonable rate. We are doing some resourcing there. Efficiency is dropping. What's our hull integrity like? I think at about 700 or 750 we might give it a bit of a pause and take it from there. Lots of little messages that we need to have a look at, but we're not going to spend too much time on it. Let's pop out over here and see what is actually happening over here. Oh, this guy is still busy doing some stuff, so it's almost done though. And then there's other stuff for us to be checking up on. And this is bringing some crew. So we do actually need to go in here and build.
A science ship team has completed
so
a
let's
task.
pause it for a second while we quickly look at population. So the cryonic center actually squeezes in there quite nicely. So I'm going to just plop the cryonic center over there. Okay, and then this is going to be the cryonic pods, and so we'll just move those things through as we need to. Those are almost the last three electronics that we've got going on over there, so that's pretty good. What is this saying? No iron to stockpile? Or no iron, no connected stockpile has enough iron. So I may as well switch this thing off then, to be honest. Once this is done, I'll switch it off. So now the melon has done something for us here. Ooh, that's a big number. Summary of intelligence on former assembly area. After examination, the Melon's team concluded that the site was evacuated prior to its destruction, finding uniforms and equipment bearing the insignia of different organizations. It appears this facility was property of the UN. Strangely, a number of embalmed bodies were found in a secluded area. The team was unable to determine the cause or outcome of the conflict, but have managed to recover further resources. These have been packaged for extraction. So 13 polymers, but 250 cryonic pods. That is awesome. That is halfway to what we need to do. So that is absolutely brilliant. Shall we survey the ruined loading dock or the dense debris area of debris? I'm not sure if we can do everything. I'm always worried that once we've done something, we can't get another one. I'm going to go with the dense area of debris first and see what we get. It just feels like it might find us even more stuff. So now we're definitely going to move some people through. We may need an extra loading dock now. If I pop in back here, can we build another loading dock? Because I don't think we can get any more ships, right? We need more ships if we wanted to do that. So if we go space and docking bay, we honestly cannot do any further, but we could potentially move these guys. So that's something that we may have to have a bit of a look at. Generating some waste, but we can't do much with it. I'm going to, once this thing's done, I'm going to put that at the end. We've sent the extra probe out there. That's being moved. This thing, once that's built, we should be able to start unloading some people. And then I think there's still plenty of room in here. So we'll start unloading some people, get that all sorted out. That's all good. This is done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to switch that off for the time being. We'll save on a bit of resources there. And what can we build? We probably need to build... Oh, yes, what I wanted to have a look at is if we could do 1, 2, and then we'll do a row of houses, I think. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be housing facilities, right? We may not be able to run it all the way up there, so let's just do that, and we'll run it through there, and then we'll see what we do. But we definitely need to keep an eye on, now that we're getting more people, we need to keep an eye on what we're going to get here. So let's do that. We should be able to move most of that fairly effectively. Okay, let's pop back out here and see what we found. We found Jupiter. Let's set the next probe out. Some stuff out there. Anything? Oh, getting there. Oh, yes, no. Not quite. Oh, there it is. Let's pop something in there. Send out the probe. So we're getting more and more people coming in. We don't have the ships to bring in more stuff, but we honestly don't need too much more. There's still some stuff happening over there. There's still stuff to be collected over here. And we still need to send the science ship in to come and sort it out as well. And over there as well. So another science ship might not be the end of the world either. So if we get these things built, I might decommission some of this and make room for another docking site. We are starting to load a fair bit of stuff in here now. Yeah, food is holding strong for the moment, but we may run out at some point. This is now slowly releasing one person every third of a cycle, so 3 per cycle. So our population is in fact now growing, and we seem to have some non-workers as well, which is slightly less advantageous, shall I say. So these two should be up and running and working, and that means we can maybe start probably decommissioning one of these. So let's get one of them decommissioned and moved out. So that we can have a bit of a look at what an extra docking station would look like. I think it should be able to squeeze in right next to it here is kind of the plan. So if I have a look at space and docking bay, I think that'll work. I just need to run those roads up there a little bit. So if I do say up to there, and we'll close out the rest and see what we get. So go about fixing those for us. We'll end up clearing out a lot of this. There we go. Clear that one out. Get the docking bay in there, and the docking bay is going to fit nicely. May have to even remove an extra one. So get another docking bay up so we can get some more ships in. And things are still moving. Are we researching something? We are not researching something at the moment. We've got battery tech, which means we should probably build a battery. And then the question is, do we do some of these, or do we do a polymer or electronics factory? I'm kind of tempted to do an electronics factory first because we've got so much polymers. So let's go ahead and grab the electronics factory. So make a move and start the research on that for us. Okay, excellent. So that's underway, and this is being constructed, and we'll keep an eye on that. We could connect these up. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. We should be creating a fair bit of food to be filling these things up. We probably need an extra spot of housing. Yeah, that's filling up pretty quickly. So give me... Oh, that's the battery. We'll have a look at the battery in just a minute. So from a population perspective, what is this? though? That's the crash. Let's get an extra apartment building going, and then let's have a look at the battery side of things.
The science ship team has completed a task.
So what we can do is probably squeeze a battery in there, or nowhere else really. We could run batteries down here. How many will we get? 1, 2, 3 if we move that, and that's definitely feasible. So let's go and move that to there, and we'll run a little path down here, and we'll what is the cost of the battery? Let's just double check we can actually do that. Oh, excellent. So that's really not a big deal. So let's get 2 of them sorted fairly quickly, because alloys is not the biggest of deals, but we do need to probably start looking at getting the iron in here now. I don't mind having a large chunk of these, but probably we'll have to look at our fleet control, and we'll pop that down and increase this a little bit. So let's bring that in. Don't worry about that. That's the lowest priority for the time being, but I doubt we're going to need that straight away. So let's get that going. Now, what's going on? Do we have a science ship ready to tell us something? Excellent. So the wrecks of shuttles float everywhere. Most belong to the UN, though there are some bearing the acronym BMS. Despite the many hazards and potential psychological impacts from the presence of human corpses, the Melons team was able to locate some salvageable resources. More alloys, more pods, cryopods, and some research. So now the ruined data loading dock is the last thing, so let's go ahead and do that. We can also probably send another probe. So now we're into this one here. Oh, no, we have found this one. So now we're going to... Next one there, pop it in.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Why? Overload? What? Hang on. What is overload?
Power supply overloaded.
Oh, my bad. Well, let's shop.
A new request awaits your attention.
Hang on, we'll sort that out. Administrator, the Tycoon has suffered an overload. During the conception of this mission, many plans for prototype buildings were stored in the memory with knowledge gathered by our exploration teams. We can adapt them. Stanford's team lacked field data to make these plans viable, yet we can realize their full potential. Batteries will allow the Tycoon to function on an auxiliary circuit when the energy supply system fails. Understood. So we'll sort that out. It's fallen a little bit. Build 2 batteries, which is exactly what we're busy doing. At the same time, we probably need to have a look at what our hull is looking like. It's almost 700, so that's okay. What I think we can do is, and what's this saying? It's 63% efficiency. We might give that a bit of a stop. So let's the solar panel 1 and 2, we've got that. So if we go to set 1, let's get the next one in and get a little bit more solar power up and running. And Let's just see if it finishes that one. Does it go straight back to this or does it do this one first? Oh, it's going to wait for the polymers. Let's wait for the polymers. I think it'll stop working when the polymers are there. Here they come little by little. We're getting the polymers. All integrity over 700 now. Here's the polymers. Let's see, does it pop over immediately? Yeah, they start working on the construction straight away. Yeah, absolutely. So that does work quite well. Our batteries are being built, and that should help things out a little bit. We should also now start receiving a few other things. 2 batteries are built, and we can probably go ahead and build the next one as well. Let's put that in place here and get that underway. And as soon as our new solar panels come online, I don't think these are storing anything at the moment. Yeah, they're completely empty. So let's just get these things built, and we'll start switching things on again if we can. We are slowly collecting little bits and pieces everywhere. That one's on the way out. This thing is still going. Let's pop back in. Speed things along a little bit. Oh, it should be done right. Yeah, we've got the power now. So these should now be filling. Batteries are charging at a reasonable rate. The probe has gone out and discovered something. If I look at this one, this is about 65%. Yeah, it's dropped again a little bit, so that's okay. Once it gets to like under 60, I think I'm going to just stop it a little bit. We are pretty happy here, but we do need more workers.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, but we do need more housing. So what I'll do is I'll grab population and we'll plop a few of these in place. The science ship team has completed a task. Let's pop that in. There's a lot happening. Summary of intelligence on the loading dock. Frozen human remains constitute the majority of the debris that surrounds the loading dock. Evidence suggests that the area experienced depressurization after a structural breach. The dock itself has been looted and partially dismantled. Several cairns have been left behind, arranged helical shapes and erected using makeshift materials. The team did find a few resources, and these have been prepared for extraction. So more science and 1 piece of electronics. So that's okay. That helps us. We'll leave the debris field. Thank you very much. So that's all ready to pick up. So collecting the last bits and pieces of science, which is good. And then we'll move our way over here to the asteroid belt. Thank you, Melon. Move to the asteroid belt, which is pretty close by. And then we send out the next probe. So we're now on this ring over here. There we go. That seems reasonable. We'll send that one out. We should have the extra dock built, right? We do. We are building some additional housing for everybody. Our batteries are charging nicely. And are we out? Oh, we're out. So let's immediately switch this back on and see about workers going in. So yes, please start building the alloys for us straight away.
Arrived at its destination.
We'll switch off the hull repair for the time being. So we can quickly finish off these housing complexes. Science ship is at its destination. I don't believe we have any... Oh, we have a little bit of alloy over here. So let's quickly get the fleet to, as a matter of priority, pick up the alloys for us. And we'll just drop that one down a little bit for the time being. So just go straight for the alloys first. We need that. They're over here. So let's have a look. Asteroid belt scan report. We have detected a signal broadcasting on a Dolos frequency. It originates from a mineral extraction station named the Stanford facility. Transmission from Melon team member Anna Tiqqun. We theorize that the Stanford facility will contain many materials useful to the Tiqqun or tycoon. Keep saying that. And its crew. However, in order to recover them, we will need to dismantle elements of the structure to gain entrance. A control center has been identified, but it is sealed off by a shutter with a UN emblem stenciled over it. A message has been written beneath the emblem in an unknown language. We have no idea what it says, but it is accompanied by a helical-shaped symbol. Dismantle part of the facility, force entry into the control center, or leave the facility. With the use of strategically placed explosive charges, the Melon's team will attempt to access control center. Dismantle. This crew will dismantle part of the facility in order to retrieve any resources contained within it. I think we should force it open, to be honest. That's what we'd rather do. So let's go ahead and do that. We should be picking up some alloy straight away, which is something that we need in all urgency. We can go back in here and have a quick look. This one is now actually requiring some workers. What I'll go and do is grab us another cargo ship, please. So get a move on building that cargo ship. That will help us get things here a little bit quicker. We'll then also get an extra science ship and move that along. Hopefully the non-workers can at least crew a ship or something. We're going to get some extra housing. So we won't have too many issues. Yeah, there we go. Now our housing is all good. Actually, the sector is looking pretty good. The fact that we've rearranged things a few times is not working out too badly for us. We may still move some other things along, but I do like the fact that we've got a fair bit of food ready to go. We don't want those to drop off.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, let's head on out and see what the science ship is up to. Okay, summary of the intelligence on the Stanford facility. Bodies of former Dulles employees were found within the control center. After examining their identification tag, Anna Chitbin is certain they have found a possible relative. They request that their bodies be brought back to the Tycoon and that the center's personnel manifest be analyzed to find out if there are any links between the deceased and the Tycoon's crew. Preliminary psychoanalytical profiling suggests that Anna Chitbin is exhibiting behavior characteristics of dead Earth sickness. Whoops. Let the dead rest in peace. Mellon's team will leave the facility and the dead to their rest. Honor the bodies. The Mellon's team will bring the bodies back to the Tycoon and the manifest will be made available to the Tycoon's crew. I'm not sure this is great for us. Bringing bodies might be good, but I'm also not sure it's a good thing for us. So let's see. I think the Mellon's team will leave the facility and the dead to their rest. Oh, but then we won't actually get the resources. Okay, let's honor the dead so that we can grab the resources if at all there is resources to be found. So what did we find here? Hang on. Neptune. So we need... And Uranus is over there. So where else can we... So that's the last ring, right? I don't think there's anything in this. Oh. Something out over here, maybe? There we go. Definitely moving it over there. That seems to be where we're sending the next probe. Very good. Now, popping back in here, do we have an extra fleet vehicle? Yes, we do have an extra fleet vehicle. Okay, so you, will you please go and collect that one and this one. Actually, and what we'll do is we'll clear that out there, and these guys will be doing actually this. So we'll go that first, and then these guys will go and pick up any other remnants that's available over there. Okay, excellent. So that's good. Pop back in here. We've still got a fair bit of polymers, but I do start wondering about things. We have got plenty of power ready to go. Sector battery is full. If I have a look at this, right, how much do we know how much we have available? Where do we find out? Oh, there we go, battery. So 1.9 cycles backup power is stored. And I think that's going to be fair enough for the time being. Now, what we will want to do is probably pick up on another science vessel so we can move through the science things a little bit quicker. And at this point in time, I might stop the auto building over here, and we'll leave it as that. So that's pretty good. Oh, we're slowly increasing our population fairly quickly now. If we have a look at our population, how many non-workers? A fair bit of non-workers, actually, but there are at least a few extra non-workers coming in. So that's okay. Another science ship should help us out fairly quickly here. Doing a few more things through there. The probe has found the dollar station. And what I'll do is I will switch this guy on, and now we're on extra work, extra hours. So what we may have to do is actually what we can do.
The team has completed a task.
We'll shut that one down, and that should be all good, right? We can probably switch off one of these as well. And that should give us fairly close to normal hours. That's okay, all good. So let's move on out. Let's have a look. So we found the outer hope over there, which is understood, and we've got an extra one to launch. And I'm just thinking, what we didn't ever find is like carbon, right? Carbon is over here, so we may have to get ourselves a little bit of carbon. And potentially a little bit of silicone and some ice and things like that. So there's more iron here, but I don't think we need any more iron just yet. Yeah, it's probably the carbon that is the most valid for us right now. So let's send this one. Oops, let's send this one. Oh, it's the probe launcher isn't active. Back into the area. We'll switch it back on for a minute. We'll go out. And we'll say, just launch our probe over here. Thank you. We'll go back in and once it's gone, we will switch it off. There we go. Hull integrity is dropping. We should be okay. Let's switch that back on again. So we don't, we've switched it off. That's the thing. We are out of iron for the time being. I'm assuming we will be collecting iron. Yes, we will.
A new request awaits your attention.
Stockpile is small. What has happened here? Stockpile is small. Small has been disabled in Sector 1 due to an accident. Let's have a quick look what's going on there. Okay, well, let's fix it. It's at least it's not the end of the world. What's going on over here? An accident has occurred in the following building. Stockpile small. Stanford, Klein projections indicate that poor working conditions and power overloads can cause accidents. It should also be taken into consideration that larger buildings are more likely to have more serious accidents. Okay, that's fine. Pledge to repair a stockpile small within 10 cycles and keep it running optimally for 2 cycles. There we go. Let's get that done. And what we need to do is get ourselves out of these extra work conditions as quickly as possible by potentially switching off tech for the time being. We don't have enough tech to do anything further. So now everybody should be happy, and we'll fix that, and that should be all good. We can continue working on this once we get that. Okay, but now we should... Oh, this one's not... hang on. This is done. So what's happening over here? Summary of intelligence. A dispute arose between members of Melon's crew over the decision to extract the bodies and publish the manifest. There was a violent, altercation resulting in the loss of personnel and the destruction of the control room. Wow. That shipment will be brought back on board the Tycoon. Eject. That shipment will be expelled into the vacuum of space during their return flight. Dissidents cannot be tolerated. The science ship will be lost. Now, I don't want to lose the science ship. That's a little bit problematic. So let's repatriate her and see about that. Let's get, we can come back and collect the science. But that's a bit unfortunate, really. That is a bit unfortunate. So not good. Not good at all. Workplace safety has been updated, does it? Injuries. Infirmaries treat the wounded. If untreated, the wounded will eventually die. Make sure you have enough infirmary beds available in the sector. To reduce injury risk, make sure that stability of your sector is as high as possible with stability buildings or adopting different policies. I think we're all good with that, to be honest. If I go in here, people are happy. So it's not a big deal. And trust is at 100%. And we are now at optimal conditions because we've closed down some stuff that's not working. And so that's all good. We're getting some more iron in. And once that's in...
has completed its scan.
Okay, let's pop out there and quickly have a look. So here we've got 86 carbon and some iron. And what I don't want is for that guy. Hang on. Let's just get our fleet control going. That's fine. Fleet control. So Thor, yeah, it's okay. You can go ahead and mine them, but please go and mine maybe them first then. So we'll get the carbon mine so that can be picked up as well. We don't have place to store it though. So we do need to now start looking at going into that extra sector. Avoid accidents in the stockpile small sector 1 of 2 cycles 1 of 2. So that's okay. We'll avoid those. Find and collect 500 chronic pods. That's underway. And we do need to do the end of Ours That Hope in the planetary system map. So that's all things we'll do. We've avoided that, so people should be fairly happy. We've got the Xanadu ready to go. What I will do is start sending... we'll send the Xanadu to Mars over here, and we'll start working through our way through others. I don't want to do the Outer Hope straight away, because I think that's it's a little bit potentially problematic. Let's quickly see what's the situation with this ship. Let's oh, that is being repaired over there. Okay, and I think that's probably where we're going to leave it. We're slowly adding more population to the mix. We have lost a few people. We have people in space. That's interesting. Our hull integrity should be coming up. Yeah, slow and steady coming up. And we do have some alloys available, and we are creating some more alloys, and we can be doing some other things as well. We're trying to save on the polymers just a little bit, but I think we should be okay. The next thing we want to do, okay, there we go. Let's pop back out. So now our other science ship, the Melon, with Anna on it, is going to go over to... let's not send her back there. Let's go over to Venus and see how that goes. Move through that, check what we can get. These guys are busy loading some stuff, and we are constantly seeing some additional iron coming in. That's okay. We'll keep getting that coming in, and our iron reserves is reasonable. So we are producing at a fairly reasonable rate. It's effectively, we can 15 alloys per cycle, so we should be maintaining pretty reasonable stuff here. Work is okay. We've got sufficient workers underway, so what we could do is switch this back on, and we'll still have optimal conditions because those two are not. Switch that one on, and now we're at extra hours. Let's switch this one back off. It's still extra hours. We still need a little bit more people, so let's go ahead and switch that one off just for a second until we can get a few more workers into the population, and then we're going to end the episode. But yeah, this is looking pretty good, actually. This is looking pretty good. This thing be finished now?
Science ship has arrived at its destination.
We'll go in a minute. We're still not getting any workers, are we? More and more non-workers are populating the ship, which is a bit of a challenge for us. Okay, that's good. People are loading. Now we should have enough workers, right? Still, oh, that should be okay now. To switch that one on. Yes, optimal conditions. So let's get... Oh, we don't actually have a 30 that we can do, right? So we are a little bit short on it. We do need to do the polymer factory as well. Actually, so for the time being, let's just go and keep switching this off and make sure that our batteries are nice and charged and ready to go. And everything else is actually quite good. Let's pop out one more time. Oh, we need another housing. Okay, so let's quickly pop in here and see what's going on. An old disused complex named Richter's facility has been located on the surface of Mars. The derelict UN-owned facility is covered almost entirely by Martian sand. Existing dollars clearance codes can be used to interact with the complex system. Caution is advised as the weight of the sand may exceed the structure's loading. Use the dollars clearance code. Let's have a look at that. Over here in Venus, probe data has revealed mining and industrial infrastructure below the surface of Venus. Summary According to the reports from the exploration team, the subterranean site consists of mining infrastructure and a large assembly line. Many embalmed bodies were found in the area. The line seems to have been originally used to fabricate solar sails. Tycoon engineers suggest that with minor repairs it could be restored. I think we try and do that. Dismantle the assembly line. How are we gonna run it there? I'm just worried. Maybe we'll get better resources if we just dismantle it, to be honest. Let's do that. We're gonna dismantle it. Dismantle it and see what we get. Now, okay, that's going to be the end of the episode. We have some mined carbon over here, and there's all kinds of things happening that we need to keep an eye on. And I believe we do now have a housing shortage yet again, so we do need to build yet another one, and we actually have a room, so we can go and squeeze one more in there. We'll go about adding that extra housing complex, and yeah, we don't want to do too much in terms of losing our alloys. But anyway, that's it. That's going to do us for this episode, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.